On the cobbled streets of Red Square, tanks rolled by, jets roared overhead, and Russia marked another year of triumph over Nazi Germany. But amidst the sea of stern generals and seasoned diplomats, one figure stood out, young, firm, dressed in his signature camouflage beret, Ibrahim Traoré, the 36-year-old revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso. What was he doing there? Why would a West African captain-turned-president attend Russia's Victory Day? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of Africa and the global power chessboard? Unlike Victory Day in Russia, isn't just a celebration, it's a statement. Every year on May 9th, the Russian Federation commemorates its role in defeating Hitler's Germany in World War II. But in recent years, this ceremony has become more than historical, it's political. As Russian troops parade, as President Putin delivers speeches heavy with anti-West rhetoric, Victory Day becomes a showcase of allies and alignment. And this year, standing shoulder to shoulder with Putin, was not just China, not just Belarus, but Burkina Faso. Yes, Burkina Faso, a landlocked African nation that's suddenly rewriting its destiny. Switch to a bold, heroic soundtrack. To understand the gravity of his presence in Moscow, we need to know the man himself. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is no ordinary head of state. He rose to power in 2022 through a coup that stunned the world, overthrowing Paul-Henri Damiba in a dramatic shift that many saw as the last straw of public frustration with French influence and failed leadership. At just 34, Traoré became the world's youngest president and instantly became a symbol of Pan-African resistance. He expelled French troops, rejected Western military aid, and began forging alliances that reflect a new vision for Africa, one rooted in sovereignty, strength, and strategic independence. So when he boarded that plane to Moscow, it wasn't just a diplomatic visit. It was a message. As Traoré arrived in Moscow, he was greeted with military honors and positioned prominently among Russia's top international guests. But this wasn't just about visibility, it was about intent. Behind the scenes, sources revealed discussions of military cooperation, energy partnerships, and a growing economic axis between Moscow and Ouagadougou. Burkina Faso has already signed multiple security deals with Russia and has welcomed Russian trainers and contractors in its fight against insurgency. And now, Traoré's physical presence at the Kremlin's biggest symbolic event confirms what many have suspected. Burkina Faso is choosing a new partner, one not shackled by colonial history, one that offers guns, oil, and geopolitical weight without lectures on democracy. But Moscow wasn't just about military parades and flags. It was also about unexpected conversations, like the one between Ibrahim Traoré and Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who is hardly seen to smile or shake hands with people, was seen all smiley with the Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro at the Burkina Faso embassy in Russia. President Maduro, long a vocal critic of Western hegemony, praised Traoré for what he called courageous leadership. He has expressed that he is so proud of Captain Traoré for standing up and defending his country from vicious imperialists. You are standing for your people. Africa needs more men like you, Maduro reportedly said. Two leaders from different continents, bound by a shared resistance against Western interference, one in Latin America, the other in the heart of Africa. Their encounter wasn't just diplomatic, it was symbolic. It represented a South-South alliance, a bridge between liberation struggles, a reminder that anti-colonial unity is no longer confined by geography. But not everyone is applauding. Western observers are watching Traoré's Russia visit with concern, if not outright alarm. Analysts think that aligning too closely with Moscow could trigger sanctions or diplomatic isolation. But for Traoré and other African leaders shifting away from France and the West, the calculation is simple. They've tried Western partnerships, and many ended in poverty, puppetry, or betrayal. Now, they want results, and if Moscow, and even Caracas offer solidarity, support, and mutual respect, then the global south begins to look less like a fringe alliance and more like a rising coalition. During the parade, photos of Ibrahim Traoré in his green uniform and red beret went viral across African social media. To some, it was a throwback to Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary who once dared to dream of a self-sufficient Burkina Faso, free from imperialist influence. To others, it was a symbol of defiance. In a world increasingly divided between East and West, North and South, Traoré's presence in Moscow sent a simple but powerful message. Africa will no longer be a pawn. We will choose our path. And in choosing to stand beside Russia and shaking hands with Venezuela, Traoré is not just attending a parade, he's marching in a new direction. This was just the beginning. Subscribe, like, and comment.